Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Rashawn427. Today I actually have another Omnibus overview, and this is actually on the door by Straczynski and Gillen, and you also got Oliver Copiel, Billy Tan, and people like that on art. But this is actually a whole Omnibus completely on Thor. Now, it actually does collect other stuff surrounding Thor at this time. Pretty much anything about Thor around this time, from like 07 to like 2010, it has all of it collected in here. Now, the original Omnibus just has Straczynski in it, and that was it. But this one actually has all of it. I'm actually taking it off of here. You see it's Thor, and this is just by Olivier Copiel right here on the front. That's an awesome shot. This is actually the standard edition Marvel Omnibus. See Thor by Straczynski and Gillen right there. Thor's hammer. And you see actually on the back, I actually have a rip on mine, so that just is what it is. I'm kind of mad about it, but it's nothing I can really do about it. But you see this Michael Straczynski, and he actually did Spider-Man. I believe he's doing Captain America run right now. He's done Fantastic Four. He's done a whole bunch of stuff. You see it's a cool shot of Thor on the back. And you see two of the most acclaimed writers in modern comics restore Asgard's glory. Now, you know what, around this time, Thor was actually gone for a while. He was actually gone for a while. He was going for about, I believe, 3 years, because there was no Thor comics at all. You think somebody like Thor is all like Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man. They always seem to have comic books, but Thor actually didn't have a comic book. Oh shoot! Actually, around this time, and so this is actually Thor Reborn, Thor Rebirth. Now this actually starts with Fantastic Four. It was two good comics, and these actually tie into Civil War, because around this time you had the Thor robot, which actually ties into here as well. But this actually collects Fantastic Four number 536 to 537, Thor number 1 and 12. Then they renumbered it. I be kind of hating this renumber stuff. It doesn't really confuse me anymore, but it's kind of like, wait a minute, you go from 12 to 600? It's because they started with 1 to 12, then it was like, oh, this is 600 issues, so let's renumber 600 to 614. Then you get Thor Annual number 1, Thor Giant Size Finale, because around this time is when Straczynski actually left. I heard he didn't want to do events and stuff because they were going into an event, which I'm about to talk about, was that's collected in here. So he actually ended his run. He was supposed to do the whole entire run, and then it got switched to Gillen and Thor Giant Size Finale. Then we go into Siege number 1 through 4, then number 1 Director's Cut. Then you have Siege Loki, a New Mutants tie into Siege, which actually really ties in. I was like, New Mutants, why is that in here? Secret Invasion Aftermath. Then you actually get a Beta Ray Bill section inside this book, which I thought was just okay to me. You get to see Secret Invasion Aftermath, which was around the time of Secret Invasion as well. This one they really ramped up on events. And then you got the Green of Eden, Beta Ray Bill, God Hunter number 1 to 3, and material from Dark Reign, the Cabal as well. Which I don't believe you actually get the whole thing. You just get material from it. But you get writers like J. Michael Straczynski, Kieran Gillen, and Brian Michael Bendis. I'll get more into it once I actually open the book. But actually taking this dust jacket, and actually looking inside the dust jacket, you see you actually get a read up on here. Asgard reassembled. And then you actually get the creators right there, a whole read up on that. So that's super cool. Zoom out. Let's get some shots for that. But actually putting this down, putting this up, and actually getting into the Thor by Straczynski book. Now this is actually a really cool shot. This is actually inside the book as well. So you see you get basically the same thing right here with lightning all around. So that's super cool. Actually looking at this book from straight up and down, you see actually opening this book up, and you see it says Thor by Straczynski and Gillen right there. Let me see, pull it up more. Thor by Straczynski and Gillen. And this is actually the whole read up. So you get writers like J. Michael Straczynski. Oh, they just showing the pencilers and everything right here. But this is actually the breakdown. So this is actually, it's not in complete order, but it's pretty much in the order. So sometimes they'll put 607, 609, but it's pretty much the order that actually goes and kick off of Fantastic Four. Then you actually get the Thor run, did the annual Siege, Loki. You get Cameron Gillen, which Loki just, I don't understand why they keep trusting them in every single book. I guess that's how you keep the story going, but like, it was just like everything he done in the past, everything he done in this book, and it's like you still trust him, and he was definitely throughout this whole entire book. He's pretty much the main villain. You say, I guess you could say Doctor. Now, Doctor Doom, he was kind of there. Then Norman Osborn was there a little bit, but it was mainly Loki throughout this whole entire book. But you actually get the rebirth of Asgard, because they were actually going. I actually didn't read the stuff before this. I probably should have, with the how Thor actually ended, because that was with Avengers Disassembled. Because in Avengers Disassembled, they actually reference Thor and say he's not there. But this is actually how Thor's hammer actually goes in. And this is actually on The Fantastic Four. This is the Fantastic Four comics that was actually going on around that time. And this is when they actually intercepted because Doctor Doom actually wants to get Thor's hammer. And that's how this actually plays out. And you see this is Thor hammer right here. So that's actually the first issue. Then the second issue, they're actually fighting him. He actually wants Thor's hammer. He wants to wield it and everything like that. And it actually ends on Thor's hammer. He actually tries to lift it, of course. And then Dang tries to lift it. And then that's how Donald Blake actually goes there. He goes and lifts because people are actually signing up, paying money to go lift it. I believe this is Oklahoma. And as you can see, that leads right in where he actually gets the hammer. It leads right into door number 1. This is a great series overall. I love the art, Oliver Copiel. I mean, he's just so good throughout this whole entire series. This is definitely the best part of the book right here. That first run by Straczynski is definitely my favorite parts of this. And then you actually get the Donald Blake thing, which they've never really done inside the movies. They kind of referenced it, but the whole alter ego for the Asgardians, stuff like that, because his Donald Blake, a surgeon and stuff like that. And you see you actually get him inside this book, where he actually has the stick, that he actually bounces it, and then he actually becomes Thor that way. It's kind of like I guess you could say it's a Shazam type thing. But I really never read Thor comics like this. This is my first really deep dive, and especially to pick a book like this to actually first really get into. I'm always a fan of Thor because of the comic books, cartoons, stuff like that. But reading them, I never really did it. And this is actually a great introduction to Thor because it's like a retelling of everything, and it's him coming back and stuff. I hear a lot of great runs like Walter Simonson run. I definitely want to check out Donny Cates' run. I believe his omnibus about to come out soon, so I'll probably pick up that one as well. And then you actually get the Katrina stuff. They actually play into real world. You get this fight with Iron Man, which people talk about all the time, because that's when they could create a clone for him during Civil War and stuff like that. So that's super awesome right there. This is actually fight him. He stops holding back. And in this book, you actually get Thor adjusted to the world because they actually hover over Midgard, as they call it, and it's Oklahoma, and that's when they hover over that, and that's when they actually basically are in the town now, and they're basically in Oklahoma, and they're actually neighbors and stuff. They get this really cool storyline with Billy and stuff like that, so that's super cool right there. And in this book, you actually get a female Loki because he's actually reincarnated as a female because the whole Asgard actually got reincarnated by your human host. And because he's not an actual Asgardian, he gets reincarnated as something else. Then you find out Balder the Brave, which I don't know if this is already known. I'm guessing this is just from this, is that he actually, Thor's brother, he actually becomes king because Thor actually got exiled because he actually killed his, Thor actually killed his grandfather, or his great-grandfather. I believe it's his grandfather. He actually killed his grandfather because Loki actually reincarnated him. So this is when you actually find out that, and then you see who becomes the new king because Thor is X'd out from Asgard, which is actually what Loki wanted and stuff like that. He's caused a bunch of mischief. You get a really cool thing with Captain America because Captain America is actually dead this time. This is when what is his name? Bucky Barnes actually became Captain America, which is super cool. So Thor actually pays tribute, then Thor actually becomes a man, of course. We actually switches over because I believe Thor number 5 is the first appearance of female Loki. That's the first appearance of female Loki. But yeah, you get some really cool shots. And this is actually where he killed his grandfather right here, and we actually about to get exiled from Asgard because this is, I believe, what his grandfather sees, and then Thor's like, I don't know who this guy is, I gotta kill him. And that's actually what happens with that. And then you actually get the huge giant size. This is actually indoor 600. Because this is where you actually get multiple stories. You get a Stan Lee story. You get this story right here, which is pretty cool. And then you actually get Dark Reign, the Cabal, because it's around the time of them planning the siege on Asgard. And Doctor Doom. They actually go to Latveria as well. And they start living there. So that's actually when they go to Latveria and they start living there, and then people are like, wait a minute, Doctor Doom is evil and stuff like that. What they actually have collected in this book is Siege. Now this is a big storyline of the siege on Asgard. You see Captain America's back at this point. You get Loki plotting with Norman Osborn, and this is actually when they want to siege Asgard because the whole story is that Volstagg who's actually out in New York or whatever. Or no, he's in Chicago. I want to say Chicago. It was a baseball team, but they actually blew up the whole thing. They actually set him up to fight these villains. He blew up the whole thing, and this is what actually starts the siege on Asgard. And you get Ares inside this book. This is where you get the great stuff with Sentry versus Thor. This is the Dark Avengers. Pretty much the end to the Dark Avengers, all building up to this. And this is definitely an Asgard storyline. This is actually get the, I believe, the return of Cap and Iron Man together, because Cap was dead all that time. But this one you actually get, and you actually get both Caps inside this book, which is super cool. This you get Captain America actually seeing what's going on, them sieging Asgard. But this is a really great series right here. I actually have the trade as well. I didn't know it actually collected in this. I need to start paying attention to what these omnibus collect. Because sometimes I'll pick up the trade or the hardcover of a series, and then it'll be collected inside the omnibus, and I'll be like, wait a minute. So I could have just had it in here and not get in there. But, I mean, it's a really cool series to have it on its own as well. The artwork is fantastic. This is all the characters you actually get around this time. I believe this took place in 2010. Around this time. But, yeah, it's just a great story. It's basically Avengers versus Dark Avengers with the Asgardians taking place on Asgard. But, yeah, this is a really, really great storyline right here. And I really, really enjoyed myself with actually this one. And this one you actually get Sentry, because Sentry is actually coming in the MCU. You get the classic Iron Man suit back. They actually referenced that as well. But you get Sentry inside this book, and he actually goes completely off inside this book. So that's really, really cool right there. This, I believe you actually get the new Avengers team as well, because Thor actually takes Sentry, because Sentry actually, he dies, or I don't really know what actually happens to him after this. But yeah, you get the Thor versus Sentry fight, and then he's actually going crazy and stuff like that. Then Loki actually saves him and stuff like that. So that's super cool. Then Sentry turns into this whole other type thing. So yeah, it's a really, really cool storyline. Norman Osborn gets taken out of the suit. So yeah, you get Thor versus Sentry. Can't wait to actually see him inside the movie, see what they actually do with Sentry. Here you see Sentry right there. But yeah, that's the start of the new Avengers. And then after this, you basically get some tie-ins to Siege. I guess these storylines are going on at the same time. So you basically get other perspectives, what we're going on at Siege for the next couple issues. Of course, you get the Thor and Sentry fight. And then you get the Ragnarok Thor right there, which is the robot one. So for the next couple issues, that's basically what you get. That basically is what ends it out and stuff like that. And then you get the tie-in with New Mutants right here. This is the New Mutants tie-in. But these are the tie-ins to Siege, because it was going on at the same time, so you couldn't really tell more stories. So they basically just tied it in Siege. That's the New Mutants thing right there. And then he's like dead Asgardian storyline with Mephisto in here as well. So Thor has to actually go down there and actually fight Mephisto and actually take over, because it's like Hela. Mephisto took over Hela's part of Hell, from my understanding of it, and stuff like that. So that was actually pretty much the last storyline that we actually get. And then you actually get the cliffhanger right here, where you see Mephisto actually has the crown, turns it into the ring. Then you see they all escape right here. So I believe that goes into Matt Fraction's run. Then you get the Beta Ray Bill stuff, which I thought was cool. I mean, really wasn't that, I never really read Beta Ray Bill before, but it was just cool to me. I'm guessing just because it's by Karen Gillan. Thor was only in it for just these pages, and that's it. This is all Beta Ray Bill at the end. That's what actually ends it off. Beta Ray Bill, he actually fights Silver Surfer. That was really cool right there. And then you actually get some of his people actually come back, because his people were actually done dirty by Galactus, you see right there. But the bonus stuff you actually get in here in the back. But I thoroughly enjoyed this whole omnibus. I definitely say those first 1 to 604 issues that Straczynski did were my absolute favorites out of this book. In Siege, those are my 2 favorites. But you get some variant covers right here. This one, they're first starting all the variant covers and doing it. So you get some cool, some of my favorites. This one right here, definitely. Laura Martin and Lee Bermejo. Jake Scott Campbell. I like Jake Scott Campbell, but the Thor, I don't really think it works. Arthur Adams, really cool. Olivia Copiel, another one from him. Get a wraparound cover right here. Gabriel Delgado, David Finch. You get some more season, some cool Deadpool ones. You get this. Wait, where is it at? Get this awesome one by Joe Quesada for Siege. Get some more Siege stuff. Then you get all the doors leading up to this point, because it was the celebration of Thor 600. And you can see up until here, that was the final issue of Thor, and then they actually did it. You get some artwork by there. Some more cool stuff, but yeah, just awesome stuff right here. But I thoroughly enjoyed this. It really didn't take me that long to actually get through it and stuff like that. But this is an awesome book. It retails for $125. I think I actually said that. I didn't pay retail for it. I don't know why I always forget to say the actual prices on it. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this book. This definitely made me want to read more Thor. And I actually finished whose run was Jason Aaron's, not the Lady Thor stuff, but the one from issue 1 to issue 25 of that first run that he actually did on Thor. I completed that whole thing. That was awesome as well. I probably prefer Straczynski stuff over Aaron stuff. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below what you think about that, Straczynski or Aaron stuff. But I thoroughly enjoyed this whole entire omnibus. Glad I picked this up, because at first I was going to pick up the Straczynski stuff because I enjoyed the art on it. Then I was like, you know what, let me just pick up the whole thing because I get Siege in here too. But tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks, guys.